Hello and welcome. This is my survival world, which I've started quite recently. As you can see behind me, I've already built a super smelter, but I needed a source of fuel for it. I decided to go with a lava farm, and in this video I'll show you why I came up with my own design and how to build it. So this is my super smelter. Let's just get some items going. And as you can see, even if you're not doing a lot, we've got 16 furnaces back there, so it's going to be a little bit hungry on the fuel. And if we use lava buckets, it's going to chew up all 16 of these no matter how much items I put in. We will get those buckets back. But we're going to want to fill them again quite quickly because I don't really want to be standing there filling lava buckets. Should be about 10 seconds now. Here comes my buckets back. So let's go refill them at the lava farm. So here we are at the lava farm. As you can see, it's full of lava. And I just want to show you how quickly you can refill the buckets. So the main focus I had, rather than hiding the lava, I wanted to make it so that it was possible to quickly refill the buckets without having to wait too long. So here we are on my redstone test world, or one of them, and I've got two copies of the farm behind me. I've got one with the dripstone and the lava set up, and I've got another one without the dripstone, without the lava source blocks, and without the cauldrons. And this is just to make it easier to see what's actually happening in the lava farm. So it's pretty straightforward. When the cauldron that would be here is empty, that lets this comparator go, which makes it turn off, which releases this comparator clock. So it's just a comparator into a block, into a repeater, back into the comparator. That comparator is watched by an observer. The signal from that observer goes to the pistons in this corner and this corner, and then after another 2 ticks, the pistons in this corner and this corner. And I'll just turn it on so we can see what I mean by fast. I'm just going to drop the tick rate a bit. As you can see, there's very little break between when that piston stops firing and this piston starts firing. And I'm just going to run it again with cauldrons in place. These are all empty, which means I'll cycle indefinitely. But as you can see, it's moving even faster than when I demonstrated on my multiplayer world, and that's simply because in order for the cauldrons to move around, first it has to be cleared, and the cauldrons move around pretty much faster than I was clicking to refill the buckets. So now that we've seen why I've come up with the design and how it works, let's see how to build it. So the first recommendation I'm going to make is to turn grid borders on, and that's simply because we've got pistons, blocks are moving. It's best if you can keep it all in one chunk. It's not really necessary, but it will reduce the chance of anything going wrong. It also makes it easier to measure out, because the design is 1 block short of a chunk at its longest, and 5 blocks wide. So we'll start by putting our cauldron where we want it. So the cauldron's going to go here, 1 block in from the edge. And pistons are going to come along. We're going to have a piston pushing there. So I'm just going to put a temporary block here, and then a piston. And we're going to have a block here. And the redstone is going to come up and over this block. And the other block piston combination is there. And we want our 2 delays. So 1, 2. Put a bit of redstone there. Then we're going to do our clock. Sorry, our timer circuit. So I'll put a comparator here watching that cauldron. Bit of redstone dust on the floor with a block above it. Then a comparator in subtract mode, into a block, into dust, into a block, into a repeater. That's our simple clock. We're going to put our observer facing it, into our block, and continue our line back to our first set of pistons. Then we're going to come over here, block and block. This is where we're going to put our second 2 pistons on. Going to leave that block there. 1, 2. Move this block over one now that we've got our piston there. Run the dust over the top of it to these repeaters. And back to our observer. So we have our signal to our pistons, and we have our detector to see if the cauldron's empty. Now we add a lever here, and I just need to get the clock going. So I'm just going to turn that lever on because I just sort of want to hold this powder clock off while I do this. I'm just going to put some nether wart to give it a signal. Now it really just needs any sort of thing a compounder reads that isn't going to turn that signal on. We can flick this lever and see if it's working. So as we can see, the pistons are firing and they're firing in alternate, and should there be lava in here, they'll stop firing. So we can place the rest of our cauldrons. Remember, we keep the space in front of the piston that's behind the repeaters empty. So we just come this way, around here. That one's empty, and back this way. Give it another test fire. You can see they're all rotating around correctly. So we're good. Turn grid borders back off, and now we'll do our dripstone layer. So I'm just going to get some glass, come up one, have a piece of glass. It doesn't have to be glass, it can be any block you want. I'm just doing glass to make it easier to see the rest of the build. And then blocks down the middle, because this isn't going to be any useful to have lava there. And then around the outside. So this is just to contain the lava. We don't actually, like, it can be anything that's not going to light up with the lava, because we just need to have source blocks above where we're going to have our dripstone. Run it back this way. Get our lava bucket. We can just start filling this. Now, if you don't have enough lava to do this, it is a lava farm, it will make more. You don't have to have all the lava going, it's just more efficient with more lava. So just filling that up. And then we'll go over to the dripstone. Start putting the dripstone on. As you can see, there's little drips of lava coming off these, so you know that they're functioning. Don't really need a piece of dripstone there, but it's just easier to remember to do all of them. Now we're just going to finish decorating it. So I like to put an extra piston just here. It's not functional. It just adds a little symmetry between these two. And I like to add a stair block here. Now you do have a little bit of a leeway in how you set up these pistons. Any way you can get two repeaters to then tick into this will work. So, I mean, there's just other ways of getting it to work, to be honest. But this is the easiest way to remember. As we can see, we've already got a little bit of lava. So if I turn that off, we can see that lava is going to eventually come around to us. And then once it's fully come around, the machine stops and waits for us to refill our buckets. And that's pretty much it. That's how you build a fast feed tape lava farm. Thank you for watching.